The funds for retroactive pension payment has taken the first major step to being secured with the passing of the Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2022 in the House of Representatives on Thursday. Other major allocations for the supplementary appropriations were financing for the new Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation with a sum of $77 million and an additional $80 million for the Ministry of Infrastructure. Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, in presenting his first bill in Parliament, says funding was also sought for a fire tender for Carriacou and salary allocations for 65 nursing assistants, among others.
As a result, it has become necessary for this specific sum to be provided for. And, Mr. Speaker, when one looks at the estimates set out in the Appropriation Act, we would see that the payment of the retroactive pension is, in fact, the second largest single aggregate item. The government has set up the Pension Secretariat via the Ministry of Finance. The Secretariat is located at Mount Welldale in the Corporate Affairs Office. The staff at Mount Welldale are working tirelessly to ensure that the processing of the pensions occur and that it is paid by 30th November 2022.
The passing of the Supplementary Appropriation Act for the period 1st January to 31st December 2022 at the first session of the 11th Parliament outlined the request of the newly elected government for an additional expenditure of $197,702,991 for the year 2022. According to Prime Minister Mitchell, the additional expenditure was not catered for in 2022.
Upon assuming office, particularly as it relates to the public sector investment program, there were significant and extensive projects that were ongoing, some of which incurred increases in the budgeted figure for a number of reasons, ranging from increase in the overall cost of bitumen, which has led to an overall increase in the cost of the road projects.
The minister outlined other programs and projects that will benefit from the additional money allocated.
An additional sum of $360,000 for training of 75 new recruits for the Royal Grenadier Police Force, which includes things like meals and uniform. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, an additional sum of $1 million. That has arisen because of the rationalization of the diplomatic posts. As you would recall, Mr. Speaker, we, as a new administration, have indicated that we are recalling our ambassadors so that we can have dialogue with them and so that new appointments can be made. Naturally, that requires us to treat with outgoing ambassadors who have to recall the expense of coming home, etc.
For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.